everybody? It is Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoy this video, remember that you guys should become patrons over on Patreon to get our reaction early, to talk with us on our Discord server, all that stuff. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Qrow, because he is a sad, sad boy right now.
Qrow has always been fucked up.
I know, but now he's like a sadder boy.
But now he's like especially fucked up.
So here's something interesting. At least it's interesting to me. I don't know if it's interesting to anyone else. So in the OP, right, we see this like sort of clip of like Qrow getting dragged down, and we talked about like the symbolism of that. We were like, I think Qrow just has depression. Like I think like it was more of a metaphor.
No one drinks that
you know
much
what I mean?
Unless they're kind of fucked up.
So that's what I said, like, in that video where we talked about that. I was like, I feel like that Qrow, like, that's not literal. I feel like that maybe that's more of a metaphor for, like, the darkness dragging him down and stuff. Okay. So then, in this episode, right, Qrow, like, punches Ozpin.
He punches Ozpin, because Ozpin was in control at the time. Mm-hmm. Not only does he punch him, he fucking flies. Like, you mentioned it was like the Branwyn, right?
The Branwyn.
Because just like Yang punched that guy and he fucking bounced around, he punches... Yeah, it's like, it was so violent and out there. I was really surprised by the show that, like, has people do, like, crazy acts of fucking flipping around and beating the shit out of each other. The fact that just one, like, really good Branwyn right hook, maybe it was a left hook, I wasn't paying attention, really has so much more impact. There's a lot of motion in that, and it doesn't help that he, you know, breaks down afterwards as well.
Yeah, he's like, nobody's wanted me all my life. I've been bad luck everywhere I go. I thought I was doing something good for the world, but meeting you was the worst luck I've ever had. And then he was all sad.
Because I guess because they all have to realize that because I think
Qrow, here's the thing. Ozpin kept telling them that they could beat Salem. I'm assuming.
Yes.
Right? And I feel like that the thing is, Qrow says later, don't lie to him, RWBY. We don't do that. Like, we as opposed to Ozpin's a liar. Right? And so I feel like that the idea... There's a couple ideas here you could say. The first one is definitely that, right? I feel like Qrow is not... Like, he's not dealing with this very well. Like, that's the first thing.
Because Qrow was already, like, a beleaguered alcoholic, so you think he got that way...
But this was the only thing he thought he could do in the world, and now he can't even do that. Well... Right? So there's that.
He can certainly try his hardest.
I also think this is Summer Rose related, and that's gonna come out later, that... Okay, so we talked about this in our analysis, but for example, let's imagine that they told Team Stark that they could beat Salem, then Summer goes on a mission where she never comes back from, where she goes to destroy Salem, and Ozpin knew that she could never kill Salem the entire time.
Ozpin thought, like, no, this one's a maybe that's like, oh, it's a
maybe he thought,
maybe it could work.
But then he knew from Jin, you can't destroy Salem.
It was a whole lot of wishful thinking on his part, and that
what if that's how Salem got the veins? It's because, like, Summer did a little damage, but, like, she's still alive. Like,
I don't know, man.
Crackety,
I don't know if you want to do a crack theory about how she got those. Like,
but you know what I mean? Like, they're not veins, but they're cracks. Like, cracks in the grim. So maybe it would help, like, purify her or whatever people think a little bit, but, like, Summer didn't get that far. And so that's what I think that Qrow's gonna be actually upset about, is that Ozpin sent Summer out on a mission she never came back from, and in Qrow's mind, he was like, well, Summer died for the cause, we'll beat Salem one day, you know what I'm saying, Ty? And now, that's all a lie, is that she never had a chance, and she died. Basically. I feel like that's what this is gonna really be about. Like, when it boils down to it later, I guess, like, Qrow is going to spill the beans on that front, that, you know, Summer got sent to her death for basically nothing if there is no way to kill Salem. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like, again, I feel like that's gonna come up later. I feel like that's sort of a big deal, right? Like, especially for Qrow, because we think that maybe they did have a romantic relationship or something. I mean, which is just natural. Like, Jean and Pyrrha, Nora and Ren, Ty and Raven, Qrow and Summer, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's just kind of like, well, in these situations, usually the other two in the team end up together by proxy.
That would be weird, because then Qrow would look at RWBY and be like, hey, I'm your uncle and I banged your mother. You know? Like, it would be...
I guess. Maybe.
That's strange. But no, that would be really fucked up.
But that would be a thing, right? Because he thought, like, oh, like, my life is so good now. Ozpin took me under his wing. I'm not a murderer, a criminal. Somebody wants me. I'm a part of the team.
I don't think he
like,
felt that way.
What do you mean?
I think the reason why he's so upset is because he was so fucked up.
But Ozpin made him a part of something.
The only thing that kept him going was the idea that he was part of something greater. But the fact that he did all that for ostensibly no reason, because he now found out that there's
But I'm saying he was part of a team, like he was part of this like group of people trying to save the world, and then the group fell apart, and like this was the only thing left.
But he kept on going, and all,
you know what I mean?
all of those
That's
struggles,
what I'm say.
all of those struggles were
me.
ultimately. Yeah, I feel you, but all those struggles were ultimately for naught, and I think that's why he was really.
But I definitely think it does have something to do with Summer, because
I mean, yeah, and so I think
if they never met Ozpin, I mean, they would have met Ozpin. They went to the school, right? But if he never went Ozpin, he would have never lost possibly the love of his life, or at least his team, right? Because he had a team, he had a place, and then he lost them all, right? Like, he lost his sister. Ty doesn't seem too happy with him in general, like, whenever they interact, and Summer's dead. that's it! Like, I don't know what else to tell you, also, right?
After the first episode and you saw the opening, a lot of people were like, oh, I guess Qrow's dead now. That was a big thing. That was a big thing.
I don't know if they're gonna kill Qrow, and I don't think they are. I mean,
but if they did,
I don't think they are. It's just they already faked him out. What are you doing to me,
RWBY? Your mother died trying to kill Ozpin. Ozpin?
Trying to kill Ozpin.
Something like that, maybe.
Thank you for grabbing on my Qrow. No, but I'm not saying that I don't think he's gonna die. I think it's always possible, right? Because Qrow is fodder, if that makes sense. Like, he doesn't have main protagonist plot armor.
No,
but the thing is, they already tried.
No,
what?
People really like Qrow.
No, but there's a difference between plot armor and fan armor.
Fine,
like, that's
right,
different, okay?
Fan armor.
Like, I feel like people. Okay, so a good example: Axel in Kingdom Hearts. People fucking love his character, but he didn't have plot armor. He died. And then he was brought back because I think the fans liked him. I mean, everybody was brought back, but that's a whole other story. But anyway, my point is, in this situation...
I love how you're like, everyone liked Axel, and he had a great personality. And I'm like, I think his personality was like a 7-year-old tried to write a snarky character.
No, Axel wasn't snarky. He was like the redhead bad boy.
I disagree.
Okay.
Anyway,
so my point is basically that
then
they already tried to kill him off though, right? They already got him like poisoned and stuff.
Yeah, they
so then to kill him later again, like I mean not again, but like again, it would be like Weiss getting stabbed again. Like we've been through this song and dance. You know what I mean? And so it would be kind of weird for them to pull that now. Like I'm not saying they wouldn't, but it'd just be weird. Does that make sense?
It would be strange.
Because I think anything's possible. I think that anybody outside of the main 4 girls can die. At the same time, I sort of wonder, right, like, they basically almost killed him 2 seasons ago. Like, it would be like doing Weiss again, and it's like, but y'all already did that. Like, we don't need to do that again. I think it's more metaphorical. I think it's about him being in the pits of despair and all that.
Yeah, but people took it as death. I agree with you that it's despair.
I know people took it as death, but I'm saying why they shouldn't maybe take it as death. I mean, like, if he does die... I can see that. You know what I mean? It's sort of like how we were like, oh, like Ozpin and Salem could be lovers, but we wouldn't like it. You know what I mean? Like, I can believe in the theory, but I don't like the idea. Does that make sense? Right? Right. Anyway, that's basically all I sort of wanted to talk about. I think that the Summer Rose stuff is gonna come up here sometime. I think it is gonna be important. Just because, like, if that's what Summer went off to do, and then she died for nothing, like, that's gonna affect Qrow. And Qrow probably also realizes that Raven was right. You know what I mean? Because Raven, I mean, Yang realizes it, I think. But, you know, Raven says there is no beating Salem, and, like, she tries to tell Qrow all these things, and maybe he doesn't listen. And then Qrow finds out that she's right. Like, that's kind of fucked up, you understand what I'm saying? And we did a video on that a while ago, like, how Team Stark broke up. Maybe it was that Raven kept trying to tell Ty and tell Qrow and tell Summer, like, hey, I know this about Salem, like, we're doing this for nothing, I'm leaving, I'm going out, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's likely. But I think Salem was
when we talked about it, you were fine! When we talked about it before, I think you agreed or something like that. Of like, a vagueness of that Raven tried to tell them, and she ended up breaking up the team.
I thought you... Sorry, I thought you said Summer.
No. I'm talking about Raven was like, hey guys, like, this is some shady ass shit. I'm gonna bounce.
Maybe, yeah,
right?
The idea that she knew things. Yeah, no, I thought you were talking about
No. We talked about that idea in a different video. Like, the idea that she, like, knew things and she tried to tell her team, but that ruined her relationship with Ty. Then Ty ignored her. Her brother didn't believe her. Summer didn't believe her, and so she left. Right? But now Qrow realizes that his sister was right all along. That's a little... You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a little fucked up if you ask me. Like, that's gonna cause some drama, and we'll see. But anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you guys enjoyed, I hope that you guys will join our Discord server by becoming patrons over on Patreon, and subscribe. And so, yeah, we will see you guys later. Bye. Thank you to our wonderful patrons over on Patreon for supporting the channel. Patrons get a bunch of different cool rewards ranging from access to VIP chats or getting video tickets, which can basically be used to request us to do videos, for example. We can advance early access or access to our Discord server. All of those are rewards that our patrons can get, and it's pretty cool. I do recommend it if you guys want to support the channel. We have so much fun talking on our Discord server about whatever it may be, whether that's RWBY or Kingdom Hearts or Miraculous Ladybug, right? And the early access helps you guys obviously get to see our videos before anybody else does, and so that's also pretty cool. The VIP chat is pretty exclusive. I can reply like a bit faster there. It's a bit more one-on-one. So if you guys are interested in any of those, I do suggest that you guys become patrons over on Patreon. The link is in the description, and thank you again for all of our patrons for helping us out. We'll see you guys later. Bye.